What is up, guys? Jay here today with an Idoing head unit. This is going to be installed on a Nissan Murano 2017, and this should work for any Nissan Murano from 2014 all the way up to 2020. This company has never failed me yet. All the radios that I have installed, which are typically for friends and family members, none have failed so far. So this is great news. It says something about this particular company. So anyways, this unit here has a 10.2-inch display, the one that I installed on the minivan, which is the Toyota Sienna not too long ago, the 2011 that I own now. Well, that one had a 9-inch display because of the limitations on the dashboard, but the Nissan Murano has a different setup. Of course, it is a different branded vehicle, and they were able to fit a 10.2-inch, which makes a big difference. It comes with 8 gigabytes of internal storage, 128 gigabytes 8 gigabytes of RAM, and 128 gigabytes of internal storage. It has a QLED panel, 720p, and the CPU is the Snapdragon octa-core CPU. The GPU is the Adreno 610. It comes with the amplifier TDA7851. It has Bluetooth 5.0, and of course it supports wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, as well as wired. And boom, here it is, guys. So here we have all the harnesses, okay, including the CAN bus system for this vehicle, and we have some pry opening tools. This one also supports the 4G capabilities. It came with these little tabs, and I guess this is for installation. I think they mentioned something about it. If we use them, I'll be explaining later. So in here we have the harnesses for the 4G modem, the antennas, GPS antennas, so on and so forth, guys. As you can tell, this time you have like a tiny little Wi-Fi antenna on there. Very cool stuff, guys. So I think that with this being said, we have completed here the unboxing. Let's go to the Nissan Murano and get this thing hooked up. Well, guys, you're gonna have to excuse me on this one. I've been mentioning that this was a Nissan Murano, but this is actually the Nissan Rogue. Please excuse me for this. This is my neighbor's car. That's my minivan. You saw this van not too long ago with the video I completed about the radio that I installed on this one, which is a super nice one. Let's go ahead and take a quick look. You can see it right there. It came from the sister company of Idoing, which is May Auto, and the website is mayauto.media. If you search them up, you're going to see that they have a lot of similarities in terms of the product quality. So anyways, here's the Nissan. This is a 2017. It does come equipped with the factory reverse camera, in which we're going to keep with this stereo. And this one is actually a lot easier than the Murano to take apart, guys. All we really need is just a pry opening tool, or you can use a flathead screwdriver, in which I don't recommend screwdrivers because they do scratch the plastics, especially to remove these trims and whatnot. And then we're gonna need a Phillips screwdriver. I happen to have one that is electric, and so you can use just a manual one, that's fine. So yes, this is the radio once again right here. It looks like these two pieces are going to be one piece. So this AC control system is going to go here, and even the little passenger airbag, I thought that was like a hazard button, but this is the passenger airbag light that's going to go here towards the bottom side. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started here by prying this plastic off, which is one of the trims that has to come out in order for us to do this. There we go. They are fairly simple. People say you don't have to take them out completely. I think it's best not to take it out completely, because I think I have to take that AC vent out. And then we have this other trim. Okay, this one, I don't know how easy it is, because it looks like we have that start button. Let's go ahead and pop it here from the upper side. There we go. It's coming along. I was able to do it with just my bare hands. And so I think that once we take this out, the whole AC control unit here comes off as well, in which it needs to come off in order for us to be able to take out the radio. So we're going to take these two harnesses off here. There we go. We just got the AC control unit out, and as you can tell, that's all going to be one piece now, as I've been saying. And the radio comes off with these 4 Phillips screws. Let's go ahead and set this in reverse. So you have one here, all right? We have one on this side. I'm not sure if you guys can see that right there. And then we have 2 right here at the bottom. So that's a total of 4. Let's see if I can access this one. So now we should be able to just yank this out, nice and gentle. There we go. And voila, we got this thing unhooked. Let's see here. I think this is the XM antenna. We have about, let's see, about 6 different harnesses back here. And so we are taking them one by one. Some of them have like a weird looking type of clip. It looks like this one uses the specialized adapter for the FM, because I don't see it anywhere. So that means that one of these is for the antenna. It could be this one here. So anyways, guys, this is it right here. So as you can tell, the whole unit came out, and that's how quick this disassembly truly is. It just took what, like 5 minutes or less. That's quite amazing. Well, we just ran the microphone here through the pillar like we do with most of these cars. They're all very similar in that system that they use. So you had to remove this gasket. I ran the wire all the way down here, and then I went underneath, and now I'm fishing the wire using that little magnetic tool that I told you before. And look how simple it is to fish it, guys. I just tied it here to the tip. Just be gentle when you're pulling it. Don't go too hard, you might damage the wire. And that took seconds to do. And there we go, we have our microphone wire successfully ran here to the top side. And then, guys, we have this special auxiliary. It says auxiliary in. So I'm not sure if well, it looks like we had to connect this to this harness right here, because these are coming straight from the vehicle. As you can tell, this harness does connect perfectly well on here, and so it means that it has to go there. So this here says auxiliary left in, and then this one says auxiliary right in, and we have this harness for the radio that specifically it has those two already for us, which is these two. So if you read right there, it says auxiliary in left, so this would go here, and then it says auxiliary in right, and it matches with this one here. So it should go like this, and then this piece gets connected on the back side of the radio. Besides this, we're gonna hook up the USB cables as well. We're not gonna do the modem, we're gonna do the Wi-Fi antenna, which is this here. And then we're gonna connect the GPS antenna. These are all held with adhesive, as you can tell. So we're gonna go like on the upper side of the dash. And then this is our microphone, in which is gonna connect right here. We can leave this connected already. It's gonna go in like this. That's our microphone. And then this harness also goes on the back side of the radio. So I'm just leaving everything set only here for the radio, guys. And yeah, we're gonna try to use the same USB port. It came with this adapter right here. Let me show you. So these came with the radio as well as this harness, right? This is the factory harness for the USB port. We're gonna plug this in like so. And then if you look here on this particular harness, one of them says car link right here. All right, so what we're gonna do is plug this USB into the car link, because this is going to give us wired CarPlay and wired Android Auto as well. And then this piece gets once again connected on the back side of the radio. You don't have to undo it so that you don't create, you know, a mess or whatever. We're just going to leave it the way it is. I'm just going to make it a little bit tighter actually. And now all we have to do is plug this on the back side of the radio, and that should allow us to use that same USB port. Hopefully it works for data and we don't have to convert the lighter connector here, the 12 volts, into a 5-volt socket like we have seen on other vehicles. Now it is time to start the process of transferring all these clips. We will reuse them here on the new bezel, and then we're going to have to remove the AC control unit and the airbag warning light to the new bezel as well, guys. So in order to take these out, they can be a little bit tricky, but you have to stretch them a little bit first, and then you kind of like press them in before you put them into the new bezel, and they should just clip right on. Very important that you take all of them out. There's about 6 of them. You have 3 here and then 3 on this side. These brackets will not realign, so this time the radio is going to go in just with the clips alone. That's why it's super important that you remove these, because the brackets are no longer going to be supported with the new radio. All right, so now let's grab finally the AC controls, and this one is held by 4 Phillips screws. So you have one here, one here, one here, and then one right about here. We have some little tabs here, just lift them, voila. And now we're going to take out here the airbag warning light. We won't be needing this anymore, at least for now. Now we're going to grab those 4 Phillips screws that we took out earlier and put them right on. And bam, check that out, guys. This thing looks amazing already. Now this right here is for the hazard lights, or not the hazard lights, excuse me. This is for the airbag warning lights. All right, guys, and there we have it. We got the passenger airbag warning light installed. So we are just about done here with this bezel. All we have to do is put on the clips we took out earlier. Make sure you push them in a little bit so that when they go in nice and tight, like this. Well, I don't know if I told you guys earlier, but we had these pieces of plastics with these extra screws. You can tell we have 4 mini screws, and then we have these 2 little plastics, and then they are labeled left and then right. So that means that when you're looking the radio from the front side, this will be the right, which they connect down here, okay, right where the airbag warning light is. This connects right here, just like this, guys. Okay, so you can see how it has the holes are misaligned, just like here. You have to place them on top like this, and the same thing on the other side, because if you look here at this bezel, it did have those clips, okay, and these are going to be needed because now we're not using that bracket. So in order for it to go in nice and flush, we have to install these. Don't forget, your end result should look like this. As you can tell, we have those 2 Phillips screws on each side, and we have the metal clips that we still need to transfer from here to here, and that should give us at least some support on the bottom side for when we reassemble everything. I have to say, guys, I have installed a lot of head units in the past, but the ones from Idoing are simply the best. This was the best installation that I've ever done on any vehicle, meaning that I was able to keep a lot of factory stuff on here, including the reverse camera. So right now I just plugged in the reverse camera and I was testing here. The vehicle is currently running. So check this out. That's the factory camera. It works with this radio, which is phenomenal. And not only that, guys, but this is even better, or it gets even better. Remember I told you that I was going to test and see if this USB port from factory provided data? Yes, it does. So now I'm able to connect my phone directly from here, which is the factory USB port. That's why we had that connector that I showed you guys before, which is this one here. It was for that purpose. So now I'm able to use wired CarPlay and wired Android Auto by simply plugging in my USB to the factory USB hub that came with this Nissan Rogue. If that's not amazing, if that doesn't impress you, then I don't know what will, guys. This company right here, I just love them. They keep getting better and better. This unit here is no exception, guys. So of course everything looks dirty, everything looks nasty right now because we haven't assembled everything, and that's exactly what I'm going to get into right now. I'm going to go ahead and simply put everything back together. Now, there was a harness I told you earlier that we didn't need. Is the one with these 3 wires. So the reverse camera works with the one that says CCD AVN. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. It's very important that you guys pay attention because you have this wire for the camera. It says cam out. Okay, it's coming from the harness that connects to the factory harness on the vehicle. That's going to be your reverse camera. So in order for it to work or be recognized by the radio, you have to connect it to where it says CCD AVN with this harness, which is on the back here. So this is everything we have. That's the main harness to the radio. This is for the Wi-Fi antenna, which we already installed up here on the dashboard. Then we have the GPS antenna, which we hardly use because now we have CarPlay and Android Auto. We can just simply use the GPS on our phones. We have the FM antenna, which the converter already came with the harness, and the rest is just for the USB port. And then we have one here which is for the microphone. That all has been connected, guys. Well, we can't deny the fact that this radio came out to be perfect, absolutely beautiful in every sense. We were able to use the USB hub from factory right here. We didn't have to change the regular 12-volt socket. This one worked, and this is the factory one. So now I'm able to use it with wired CarPlay and Android Auto, as I mentioned before. That took me by surprise. Another thing that took me by surprise is the fact that all of these steering wheel controls, they work out of the factory or out of the box. As you can tell, there was no programming needed, and that works perfect. The source, this would take you into different modes. So you have the radio station. This is Bluetooth. Then we have Bluetooth music, and then it goes into video mode. As you can tell, it comes already with a default video already on there, guys. This is just phenomenal. I mean, I'm telling you, this thing is perfect. This is the GPS. Now remember that we have navigation system. You don't have to use internet, you don't have to use Google in order to get this. You know, it comes already with this particular unit, but in my case I'll be using, or in this case my neighbor should be using CarPlay, so the maps are already going to be there. No need to be using the iGo app. So in order to connect here to the CarPlay and Android Auto, you have to open this application called CarLink. You're going to have this set up to start automatically every time you turn on your vehicle. In this case, I want to show you guys that this USB hub actually works for the purpose I told you, which is data purposes. So I have already connected the phone right here, and you will see how it connects into CarPlay using the wire. As soon as I disconnect it, check this out, it goes away. So that means that this USB hub actually works for data, and that's why I am so surprised with this particular unit. In the other hand, if we connect here to the Bluetooth, right, I renamed the Bluetooth for this car Nissan Rogue. So right here it is. Let's see if I'm able to pair without any hassle. So right here you guys can see I am connected, and then automatically it's going to start connecting here to the CarPlay, and now this is the wireless version of that, guys. So again, this is just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, this thing is just super nice. Remember that we had that octa-core processor inside. So if we go here back, then now we go into the settings of this particular vehicle. Let's check this out. Or not vehicle settings, excuse me for this. It's going to be just the standard settings. Let's see. I can't see them right now. Here they are. So here, guys, if we go to settings, you can change a whole bunch of things, such as for the reverse camera, the display. You can change all the brightness and all that good stuff. I already changed here the colors for the buttons. You have the storage, and we're gonna see now in just a second here that we do in fact have Android 12. So let's go into system, let's go into about device. And some people, you know, if they don't see, they don't believe. Right there you can see Android 12 already built into this system. So of course we have user. Again, you can just do a whole bunch of customization. Factory, I don't know the password yet. If I do get to it, I'll leave it in the description down below. And then here is where you can change you know, the specific, like if you want music when reversing, I left that intact. And you know, just different things you can do. Again, this is for the lantern. As you can tell, you can change the colors. So that's orange, which looks more like green, and then this is solid white. Then you have blue, you have teal, purple, so on and so forth, but we're gonna leave it in white, guys. So yes, again, a whole bunch of customization you can do from here, including the sound. To me, the best sound is when you set it up in rock mode. So if you go here into sound, then we go into the equalizer. I like to set it up here in rock. That's the best option in my opinion. It sounds the best. So let's go ahead and try that here with the radio. Let's increase the volume now.
And why is everyone getting so tight about Selena Gomez and her new boyfriend, Benny Blanco? Like what, you think she could do better?
So you guys get the idea. The audio quality on this thing is far better than the stock radio that was on here, guys. Again, that's another plus for this unit. I mean, there's just so much, you know, that you can do here that is just incredible, guys. And again, we kept pretty much everything factory. We didn't have to add anything else. Check out here the AC controls here with this bezel. I mean, it looks 100% factory. The only thing that we weren't able to do is install those screws on there, but there's so many clips on here. And remember, this bezel and this bezel trims are holding it tight in, so this radio is not going anywhere, guys, unless you really pull it. I mean, this thing is just solid on there. This is the reverse camera. Once again, this is the factory one, so we were able to also use this. So far we were able to use the USB hub, we were able to use the reverse camera, the steering wheel controls work fine, everything plugged very easily. I'm telling you guys, this is one of the best units and the least headaches that I ever had, which is great for those of you who own a Nissan Rogue. I had a similar situation with a Nissan Sentra. I was able to hook up one of these radios and I had zero headaches. Sometimes with other branded vehicles, like sometimes Hondas and Toyotas, they do get a little bit more picky when it comes to radios, but not this one here, guys. Also keep in mind that we have a Play Store. You can watch videos, you can connect to the Wi-Fi. Up here you can see the Wi-Fi little toggle on there, so if you click, you can just simply connect and then use YouTube and all these other applications, in which just work absolutely perfect. So with this being said, guys, I think that we had successfully here completed the unboxing, the assembly, and the review of this particular car unit. Excellent. Again, I'm super surprised. I like the QLED panel. This is a 720p display, again with a size of 10.2 inches, so this thing is quite massive compared to what we had here before. Super happy. I'm pretty sure the owner, when they get back, they went out for vacation, they're going to be super happy. I hope they really like it. I do love it. So with this being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, comment, and share. Click on the bell icon so that you don't miss future videos like this, and I'll see you on my next one.